Hello and welcome to Fluff's Heavenly Nails YouTube channel. Today we're going to create this look with Cappuccino by Ladybug Nails, only at SoCal. Okay, I'm going to use these nail forms from Mia Secret, which are bomb, and the Skyscraper Gel 2. So here we go. You're seeing me prepping her nails. So before this, I kind of had not shown a little piece. I had used a cuticle bit to go around her cuticle. You see how ripe they are? She was not moisturizing, no lotion. I can't even say anything because my cuticles are the same. But anywho, this is a medium bit, a medium sand band. So I'm just going around to take off the sheen off the nails. This is very important for adhesion purposes and also the rest of the dead skin. I have a cold, so I'm not sounding so wonderful, but we about to slay these nails, honey. So I'm gonna do this on the rest of the fingers. I'm so sorry, I don't know what exactly happened to the camera. It dipped down and became so overexposed. I'm over it. But anyway, so what I'm doing now, because we're using forms and her walls are tight, honey. Yeah. Her walls are tight. So I'm just taking off excess dead skin and also shaping her nails to prepare for the form. I want to note that her nail beds are extremely flat, very, very flat. There's no curvature whatsoever of her nails. So I had to be very skilled with what I was doing with her nails. So I'm just going ahead, as I said, and shaping those nails for the nail forms. Okay. Okay, so right now you are seeing me dipping my Kolinsky brush into 100% pure acetone, and I'm wiping them on her nails, and this is to dehydrate them. I am now applying the first layer of non-acidic primer. Okay, we don't use acidic primers anymore. It burns the skin and all of that. It causes discomfort, so we're not trying to do all of that. Also, the monomer that I'm using, it's primerless, so you don't have to use primer with this specific brand of monomer. However, I'm old school. I really love my primer. So first layer of primer is going on. Her nail beds are not damaged, as you can see. I just used a medium bit, as I said before, to take away the sheen. And I'm now applying a second layer because I want full adhesion for these nails. Okay, so we're just gonna jump right in to putting on these forms. Okay, listen, I'm still practicing, although I use forms almost every time I do a service, because people really love the finish of the forms. They really give a look of, oh my god, these are my nails, yes. Okay, however, I'm still practicing putting on these forms. I don't think there's just one way to put on forms. Everybody's nails are different. For her, it's flat, so I have to put it on a specific way so that it fits snug around and underneath the nail, so I get the I get the snug fit that I want, and it stays in place while I'm performing this service. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just making sure it is snug fit around her fingers because they're flat and I have to put them on a specific type of way. Okay. Yeah. All right. Right now I am just putting it as close as possible, not close as possible. So right now I'm putting one bead of acrylic on the free edge to form the shape. So free edge to form, that's what I'm doing now. Forming the shape. You don't want it too wet. If you find that you pick up a bead and it's too wet, just tap it lightly on the cloth or whatever you're using to wipe excess monomer off on, and then you could lay your bead if it's too wet. So I'm going in with my second bead, and that is going on the apex. I'm starting to build the apex right now to make it stronger with a strong apex, because I don't like thick nails. So with a strong apex and a good service, trust me, your acrylic will last much longer. Your forms application will last much longer. So what I'm doing now is just going to the cuticle, putting the acrylic there very closely to the cuticle. I don't do it very far from the cuticle and then you have to come back in a week. No. If you're doing a service, give it your 100%. I do every client's nails as how I like my nails, and I am always my biggest critic, as we are on ourselves, right? So right now I'm just perfecting the shape, not perfecting, but finalizing, stabilizing, those synonyms of the word with this nail. I realized that there's a little dent at the apex, so I just put one more bead right there to solidify the foundation. Okay, and I'm going to do the same with the rest of the fingers. So one bead there, free edge to form, right? Spreading it out as evenly as possible, forming that nice coffin shape that everybody loves and adores. Also, why it looks like I had put a lot of acrylic on her apex, I really did not. Her nail beds are flat, so I had to build a foundation where it's there. If I don't have that foundation, when I'm filing, the nail will break. So building the apex here, just strengthening the foundation. Make sure you put the acrylic as close as possible to the matrix and the cuticle area, not on. Okay, acrylic doesn't stick to skin. Here we go. We're taking off the forms of our masterpieces. I'm tapping this thumb right here to see if it was dry, just because I took everything off so quickly. And this acrylic is just amazing. This is Cappuccino by Ladybug, and you could get it from SoCalNails.com. Here I'm going to use a 180 file to start filing the sides, and on the top of this nail, everybody knows themselves, right? And because we want such a perfect shape, sometimes we use harsh files and then we overfile. So I'm trying to prevent that. I go to the top and the sides to start smoothing it out and get my desired shape. DL Professional 180 100 file, or 100 180, that. Anyway, for this one I am going to use a 100 100 nail file. So I'm just doing the perfection of this shape for time purposes, and I watched how much I filed on this one and the rest of them. So just to get in there, relieving the acrylic from the side walls, sometimes it could get uncomfortable. There we go. Alright, here is one of my favorite bits. Okay, it's not one of those flat, it's not one of those cylindrical bits. I love this bit. It is so amazing. You could go as close as the cuticle as you want to. It is gentle. It is a carbide bit. The shape of it allows you to form the acrylic around the cuticle perfectly and create a perfect seal at the same time. Also, the smoothing of the nail, and I use it to shape the nail even more. So you will see where I go to the sides and to the tip just to refine the shape just a little bit more. So see right here, I'm just refining the shape, and I'm going in with this carbide bit under the tip to take off excess acrylic, and I'm going to do the same with the rest of the nails. If you realize, I only use the emery board on the tip of the nail, the sides, and a little bit to the apex. I don't necessarily go to the cuticle with it, just because when I'm using it on myself and I'm trying to go around, because sometimes I don't use my e-file, I tend to cut my cuticles a lot. So if that's going to happen with me, it's surely going to happen with my customers, right? So I try to prevent that. I bought this bit and it has been my rock ever since. I have about 3 of them and it is just amazing. Right, so I'm just refining the shape, and you want to file lift. You want to go in that motion. And here I'm just doing the middle finger as well, taking off excess acrylic, sealing, smoothing, and refining the shape. So from this angle, you could really see that the nails are durable. They're not too thick, they're not too thin. They're at the right proportion for her fingers, and that's another thing too. You have to take notice of your client's nail beds and what they can manage. Never do too thick or too thin. So right here I have a fine sand band, and I'm just going to smoothen out whatever crinkles I see that was made by the carbide bit, because it was a medium bit, so sometimes it leaves lines, not necessarily always, and also it acts as a buffing maneuver. So I'm just going ahead, going around the cuticles, going around the nails. It is on a medium to low speed, so it's not going to take off a lot of the acrylic. It's just refining it. So when I'm ready to put on my top coat and my bling and stuff, you're not seeing those etched lines through the nails. It's smooth, it's refined, it's sexy, okay? And let me tell you how she was so into me doing her nails, because this was the second time I believe she was getting forms done, and she said she has never gotten forms done like this, like the care that I took with it and the steps. So I'm so glad I'm doing something right. I'm still not 100% confident as yet, but I am surely getting there. very soon. Okay, so I'm just going in with the fine sand band, refining these edges, girl, refining the cuticle area, refining the whole nail. Whatever etchings I see, I'm just, going around it. And this also provides a double seal. Any sharp edges it will also take off from the cuticle area. And I'm being very careful not to file too much on the apex, because the apex, which is the area between the free edge and the form that we had formed, is where the strength of the tip is, that free edge that we created with the form. We don't want to overfile it, right? Okay. So I'm going ahead and I'm doing this to the left hand. As I said, just going around, refining the nail, taking off any residue, taking off any etching from the emery board and also from the carbide bit. So now, of course, we're going to buff and refine again. Yes, this is a super fine buffer. I love it so much. I actually need to buy a couple more. This was my last one. And I'm just smoothing out her nails. And she has a 1-year-old, so I am also going underneath the tip to make sure that the tips aren't too sharp where she scrapes her little bugaboo. So of course, dust off excess dust off your client's hand. My fat arm. Yep. And we are going to spray alcohol antiseptic onto the hands. And I'm using my brush to take off any excess dust in the cuticle area. So I spray it and then I use the brush to take off any excess in the cuticle area. And she's just looking at her nails. I'm asking her if they're too long, they're okay. If she wants them to file down a little bit more, but she loves them. So here I'm going in with 100% acetone. I am wiping off any residue from around the cuticle area, from around the sidewall area, and also underneath the nail. I'm wiping off. This also acts as a smoothing technique. After you buff, try to use a piece of cotton and a 100% acetone and just wipe downwards. Oh my gosh, it makes such a difference. Trust me, it makes such a major difference. The nails come out so much more smooth, something like that. And now I'm just spraying more alcohol to, sanitize her hands. She did wash her hands afterwards. So here I'm just showing you the almost finished product. You see, the nails are thick enough to work with, thin enough to almost look like it's hers. Okay? So I'm just doing the same thing over here. Spraying the antiseptic, brushing off the excess dust, refining with the acetone. Okay, so here I'm going in with gummy gel, which is a gel that you use to put crystals on. She wants one full bling nail. Okay, I also, which is my bad, I forgot to put on the silver glitter base, but she did not mind, honey. She was so in love with these nails. So I'm going in with the gummy gel and I'm just applying not a thick layer, but you know, a good size dollop, so that the stones will just, when the gummy gel dries, it just acts as a blanket and shrinks around it, and it's just gonna be amazing afterwards. Okay, so these stones, they are not just AB crystals, they are Xillion AB crystals, and I got them from Dreamtime Creations. I could send you them. Also, I have some other ones. These are Swarovski, and some other ones, if you're on a budget, that I got from AliExpress, and I found a really high quality one. My next week's tutorial, or next 2 weeks tutorial, I will show you a set that I did on myself with forms as well, with those AB crystals. And honestly, I won't even lie, you can't tell the difference if they're Swarovski or if they're fake. Okay, girl, okay. So I have a pattern. I tend to put the larger stones more so in the middle and towards the back of the nail, simply because of space. You know, it makes sense. And I'm using SS12, SS9, SS7, and also SS5 and 3. So the stones I'm using, I'm using SS12, SS9, SS5, and SS3. There's just really something I love about the SS3s. Wherever the SS5 can't cover or fit, you put an SS3 in there, which is the smallest size they come in. The wax pencil, which is broken now because all my fault, of course, I play too much. However, the wax pencil I did get from AliExpress. I got 4 of them for like $1, and they threw in 2 more for free, so shout out to those. You will hear me talk about AliExpress a lot, just because when I was a student, I got a lot of stuff from them to use in nail school, and I found really great quality products there for great prices from good sellers. So I'll do that next time. And here she was a little bit extra, honey, so she wanted a line. I am not good at this American accent, so I'm just doing a line. She wants a line of Swarovski coming down. So what I used here, my gel brushes are from Amazon, and they're just completely amazing. They're so great. Okay, I'm gonna list everything. All right, so I'm going in first with my SS12. I think I put 2 SS12 there, and then I came down with the SS9, and of course that's how I came down in descending order. I think, so SS12, SS9, SS5, and then 3 at the tip. And of course, I am not putting this in a straight line, because who does that? So you will see me going in afterwards with the tip of my cleaning brush to straighten them buggers up. There you go. For all my OCDs. Oh, you saw that little sparkle? Oh, that little sparkle was great. Oh. Do it again. No? Okay. But that little sparkle, girl. Oh, there we go again. Yes, sparkle, girl. Shining. Yeah. This cold. Wow. Never mind. So I'm putting it under. This is a dual dryer UV LED, so I put it under there for 2 minutes just because of security reasons. Now I'm going in with pure vitamin E oil that I got from, I cannot remember. However, these are a list of places that you can get vitamin E oil: Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, the dollar store, which probably that's where I got it from. I might have gotten this vitamin E oil, guys, from the dollar store and transferred it to my Cuccio bottle. So this bottle was originally Cuccio honey and milk. I use Cuccio products for my pedicures because they're very natural, and people are very allergic to things these days, and America is very litigious. Nobody is suing me. Thank you. Right. So yeah, I just put it in a bottle with one of those spouts, and it works very, very well. So I'm just rejuvenating the cuticle area and a little further back where I might have put acetone, or the nail file might have caught, or the brush with product. And then of course you give them a little moisturizing lotion. This is spa lotion with lavender and all this good stuff. And here we go, voila. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Ain't this nice? I'm so mad that this little piece of cotton was right there. However, ain't this nice? This nice. Love it. And she loved it. Here we go. Angles. Work it, baby. You saw that sparkle. Work it, baby. Yawns. Work it, baby. Yes. Anyway, thanks for watching.